everybody, Cindy A. Lewis, and it is time to open door 7 of the Advent calendar from Crafter's Companion. This has been such a fun first 6 doors to open. The treasures behind them are amazing. And I have to say, I have been a little bit challenged to create something Christmassy from a couple of them. So I hope that you have been able to see the other door videos that have been opened, 1 through 6. But if you haven't, they are in the Christmas playlist. Also linked below is the December 1st video where you can enter to win one of these. So you just use the word Christmas in your comments on the December 1st video. You have to be 18 or older, US or Canada only, and all the rest of the rules are under this video and also under the December 1st video, which is where you need to enter. So let's jump in, see what's behind door 7, and see if it's going to challenge me this time. We're going to open the Advent calendar. Door 7 is right here. It is this one on the side here by the Christmas tree. We're just going to open that door right up and try to be careful not to tear up my calendar here because it is really pretty and I don't want to tear it up. It's too much. Okay, are you ready? Okay, what is behind this door? Oh, how cute it is! A gingerbread house stamp. Now, that's not going to be too challenging to make something Christmassy out of it. But let me think about what I want to do. Okay, I've figured out what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to make a little winter scene. I wanted to do this anyway with another cliche. And so it's going to be lighted. I'm going to use a small tree from the Cobblestone Corners Winter Village. Some snow and glitter, of course. Then I'm also going to use some white paint to paint the base here of the cliche. This is from Dollar Tree. And this is a Waverly chalk paint. It's plaster I have on hand. I'm going to take my stamp and I'm going to stamp it on this craft brown cardstock because this is a gingerbread house. And I'm going to stamp it in white and emboss it so it'll be really pretty. I'm going to use some mount board to make it a little more stable. So you'll see how I do that. And then I'm going to add this tiny little snowman. It does have a little charm on it. I think I'll just leave that on. And it's a jewel, so like it's a little charm. It has the jump ring on, I mean. A little charm, so I'm going to add that into the scene. And I'm going to hang some snowflakes from the top of it. So I'm going to put I may put a ribbon on top and I may just leave it. We'll see how it looks. And then I'm going to add the lights in there. And I do have the bigger snowflakes that I could use, but I don't know if I want them. So we'll see how it all comes together. First, we're going to paint the cliche base white. I'm already painting my own fingers, so I have a little damp brush. Just going to take paint and cover the black of my cliche. And I'm going to go around the outside as well. And I'll come back to the inside and make sure it's covered good. And then we're going to put some glitter on it to make it sparkly. Now you may have seen several of these videos and you may be even making your own. So a lot of people do this, especially winter. It's a really fun craft and it's very pretty. The last one I did not paint the base, but I like it too. So it's just a different look. All right. Ooh. All right. So this is good. And I'm going to go ahead and set this down. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with glitter, as I've painted my fingers already. Set that aside. Now the glitter, the paint is wet. So I'm going to take this and put it underneath. Okay, so we're just going to sprinkle the glitter on, and because it is wet, it's going to stick to it. So we're going to just do it this way. And I may have to go over that again because it's a little bit, probably could use another coat, but we'll just go with it. All right, so we're going to let this dry. And I just want to make sure that glitter gets on there. Okay, we're going to let this dry. I'm going to set it aside. Right. Next. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp this image onto the craft brown paper. And then we're going to also stamp it onto some mount board, but just for an outline purpose. So I make sure I get it about the same size. I'm using my stamping platform. Again, let me scoot it over so it's a little bit out of that light. I'm going to use white opaque pigment. It's called Pure White from Spectrum Noir. So I'm going to pick that up on my platform and take my white to it. I'm not as worried about it being super perfect, actually. Right? Now you do want to get all your outlines, so that looks amazing. Wow, that turned out amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to take it off here and take my embossing powder to it. Put that aside. And I'm going to put this on paper so I can save my embossing powder. And now, if you don't get the look that you want, you can stamp over embossing powder and do it again, but I think that might be a little bit hard to line it up exactly. Look at that. Okay. All right, now we're going to get the heat gun out, and this is white embossing powder because I want more white because it looks like frosting. All right, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to get my heat gun, and it will be a little bit loud, but you want to let your heat gun warm up, and it starts to melt it, and you'll see it, like you can see it now. All right, there we go. That is so cute. Now, like I said, I'm not as concerned about this because I'm going to cut this out. Now, the next thing I do want to do is stamp the image again. I'm just going to stamp it with some black. And just because I want to, not specifically because I want it to be a certain, you know, place on the paper, but because I need an image to, I don't know if this will even hold it down. No, I'm just going to do it without the platform. I need to cut out something similar to be the back. So I'm just going to stamp this on there. And it's not the image I want so much as the outline. I didn't do a very good job. But it's okay. It's going to be covered up. Here we go. Close enough. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to cut this out with scissors. Just because I need to cut something to stabilize the house. So I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to cut this image out. Okay, so here is my little gingerbread house, and here is my base. And I needed it to be just a tad bit smaller, but just enough to give it something to hold it standing up. So I'm going to glue this to my my mount board. All right, I believe I'm ready to assemble now. So I have my gingerbread house and my white tree and my little snowman. And I have some snowflakes, so we'll see how that flows. And then I have some snow to put in here. I'm not going to put too much in here to take away from all the beautiful white glistening. So I'm going to put the tree in the back. Make sure it's where I can close it. There we go. And then my gingerbread house is going to be glued down right here, but then I'm going to put snow around it so that it'll help hold it in. So I'm just going to put glue right here at the bottom here. And then I may end up putting some behind it, but we'll see. I'll just hold it there. That gingerbread house is super cute. Okay. So before I put the snowman in, I think, so I could put him here. Maybe I will go ahead and put him in. All right, so he is not flat. So I'm gonna do a generous amount of glue on his, the bottom of his biggest snowball. And I think I'm just gonna put him here. See if I can get that charm to the back though. All right, that looks pretty good. Now we're gonna take some snow and then we'll put some more of the glitter on top of the snow. All right, so I have my little spatula here. I'm just gonna take some snow and then put it around because I'm concerned that trying to pour it in there would be difficult. So we're gonna do this and turn it. And we need to cover all of this in the back as well. And then I need to make sure that that billows in the front there because the gingerbread house is not all the way to the bottom. Okay. Okay, this is so cute. My little gingerbread snow globe. Okay, so I'm just putting a little of the white glitter so it can glisten on top of the snow as well. And it's really, really pretty. Looks like my tree is bending a little bit. Okay. And that is so cute. Okay. Now, the last thing that I need to do before I add the lights and everything is I want to hang a couple of snowflakes. So I have these silver ones that I could hang, and I think they'll look okay. Honestly, I think they'll look pretty. I think the other ones that I have are too big, but I'm gonna just check it out and see. These are very light. They're just made out of foam. And they would be okay, but I kind of like the silver ones. Just adds a little bit more to it. So what I'm going to use is some of this transparent cord that I have. And so I'm just going to use that. I'm going to tie it onto the charm. And then I'm going to tie the end onto this little bead so that I can glue it into the top of my cliche. And I did see someone do that. I think it was Craftessa, because you need a way to glue your string on. So that's a great way to do that. And I'm going to tie both of these onto the same bead. I did get 2 beads out, but I don't think I need 2. Okay, so let me do that. All right, so I've tied my snowflakes to my bead, and I'm going to glue the bead to the top here in my cliche. And so I'm gonna do this really carefully with some tweezers. Couldn't find my tweezers, so using some needle nose pliers, and I'm just gonna put the glue on the bead. That. And I'm gonna take my bead and put it up here in the very center of the cliche. And there's a little dot there that tells you it's the center. And I just want to hold it there a minute. And then there's my snowflakes hanging right there. And you're kind of close. So then this is going to fit over here just like that. And the snowflakes are hanging down in front of the house, by the house in front of the tree, which is great. So now the last thing before I put that on is to add the lights. And the lights are, again, these little fairy lights. And you want to leave this last part out underneath after the last light. So if you can't see it, put your batteries in, you can see where the last light is. Okay, so you have all this wire here that can fit underneath. Okay, now I am going to put a little bit of glue around the edge just so that it holds together. Not a lot, but just a little bit to hold it together so that it doesn't come off. I want to hold that on, and I'm going to put a little on each side. And there we are. And that's what I made with the stamp from day 7. So I did add a few snowflakes on the bottom. I think it helps to add to the motif of it, and the snowflakes are hanging from the top of the crochet. And this is my stamp right here. Is that the cutest thing ever? So it looks really cute. So let's look behind, let's not look behind door number 8. I keep saying that, but let's see how big door number 8 is for our next day to open. Well, I hope you enjoyed day 7's project with this gingerbread house stamp. I thought it turned out really magnificent. And day 8. Day 8 is another big door right here. It is a good size. What do you think's behind door number 8? And if you think it's a stamp or a die or both, what do you think it might be? And so give me your guess. And if you already know, please don't tell us. Don't spoil the surprise. So thanks for watching and joining me as we count down to Christmas with the Crafter's Companion Advent Calendar. Don't forget to go enter to win one of these from me on the drawing for December 24th. The giveaway and the details and where you enter is all in the 1st of December's video. Thanks so much for watching.